Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Credit Card Madness Tournament. That's right, it's this time of week again. Last week we met to talk about the Sweet 16 and set that up, so this time around you had all week to vote on your favorite matchups on the cashback and travel side. So now we will go through those results and of course see who won, who's out, and of course set up the next match, which will be the Elite 8, which you'll be able to vote on right after this show. So of course that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, really quick here, in case you are new, Credit Card Madness is the channel's annual credit card tournament. As the name suggests, it is largely based on the college basketball equivalent, March Madness, which should be tipping off actually very soon. This time around, since we're playing with credit cards, we take 16 of the world's best credit cards from cashback and travel this year, as selected by you guys at home in the qualifying round, and pit them head-to-head in bracket style, single elimination until there is only one left. Now, of course, if you want to catch up, we have the full playlist building out on the main channel page, and of course, we have also past years as well set up, so if you want to watch all the tournaments, see how far we've come, that is available to you as well. But without further ado, let's get to it here. That was our recap. So, of course, I'll be breaking down cashback right now. And then we'll have our buddy Matt Welter join in a second, make a cameo to talk about the travel region. But let's recap. Let's put the bracket on screen. This is what you had for the Sweet 16. So after qualifying, this is what you had. Again, on the cashback side, the City Custom Cash was by far the large favorite, taking about 80% of the vote. On the travel side, of course, the reigning champion Venture X is the #1 seed. And again, we had a lot of good matchups here, so let's get into it here to see who you guys wanted to advance. So, starting with our first matchup, we had the City Custom Cash versus the US Bank Cash Plus, who just snuck in, but it was no match. The City Custom Cash advances with 75.5% of the vote in this matchup. Now, our second cashback matchup sees two families going head-to-head. They're basically the leaders of the credit card space, if you will, but this time we have the Chase Freedom Flex at the 2 seed coming in against the American Express Blue Cash Everyday. A surprise card, but no contest. The Freedom Flex advances with 62.7% of the vote in this matchup. Now, third matchup here, we saw the Capital One Saver One Rewards versus the Discover It Cash Card. Two cards that will soon be under the same banner if the merger goes through. Hope this doesn't ruin the merger because the Capital One takes it by a landslide, 75.2% of the vote to advance to the next round. And then the most interesting matchup, in my opinion, of the Sweet 16 on the cash side is the fourth matchup. Number 4, Chase Freedom Unlimited versus the number 5, Chase Amazon Prime card. A lot of in-house fighting there, but Amazon pulls it out by a little bit, 52% of the vote. Definitely the closest matchup we had overall. So those are your cashback matchups, which means the next round, of course, we will take a look at the full bracket in a second, but the next round we'll see two matchups. The #1 seed, Custom Cash, advances to face the number 5 seed, Chase Amazon Prime card. That should be a really interesting one. 25% cards. Love to see it. And your second matchup for cashback will be the number 2 Chase Freedom Flex versus the number 3 Capital One Saver One Rewards. All great matchups, very powerful cashback cards. I have 3 of those. I even wanted the Saver card, but they denied me for it, unfortunately. But you know, very, very powerful cards left in this game. So I really like to see how the cashback side is coming. Of course, you know I'm a sucker for cashback. But now let's bring in our buddy Matt Welter to let us know how the travel side did over there on their side of the bracket.
Okay, let's now take a look at the travel region, take a look at the results, and see which credit cards are going to be advancing to the Elite 8. First up, we have the #1 seed, Capital One Venture X, facing off against the underdog number 8 seed, US Bank Altitude Reserve. And even though I would have loved to see an upset from the US Bank Altitude Reserve, the Capital One Venture X did end up winning and got about 67% of the votes. The next matchup was the #2 seed, Chase Sapphire Preferred, taking on the #7 seed, Hilton Aspire. And same thing, I would have loved to see the Hilton Aspire win this matchup, but the Chase Sapphire Preferred did end up prevailing and won the matchup, getting 58.2% of the vote. Our first upset on the travel side of the tournament happened to the #3 seed versus #6 seed matchup. with the number 6 seed Chase Sapphire Reserve taking down the number 3 seed American Express Platinum and getting 53% of the vote. Finally, we had a super close matchup in the number 4 seed versus number 5 seed matchup, with the number 4 seed American Express Gold card barely squeaking it out and taking down the number 4 seed Built MasterCard as it received 51.6% of the vote. Alright, now let's take a look at the Elite 8 and the 2 new matchups in the travel region. In the first matchup, we have Big Brother versus Little Brother as the number 2 seed Chase Sapphire Preferred takes on the number 6 seed Chase Sapphire Reserve. And then in the second matchup, we have the number 1 seed Capital One Venture Rex looking to defend its title against the pesky number 4 seed American Express Gold card.
And there you go. Thank you, Matt, for joining us with that, so you can see both sides moving right along. Very interesting, especially to see what happened with the American Express. So I will put up the stats here, which basically the charts that they give us behind the scenes for the Google Forms, as this is all done by Google Forms, so you can kind of just see the comparisons, and we'll talk about it. So again, you've got the cashback. We'll start with the cashback, so 1, 2 on the left, and then 3, 4 matchups on the right. You can kind of see how the breakdown, about 319 responses total, and that's how folks were voting. Now, overall, for me, I believe I voted Custom Cash, Amazon Prime, Freedom Flex, in Capital One. So all the cards I picked on cashback did advance. Now, you'd be surprised to know on the travel side, I did vote for the Venture card. I think I voted for the Gold card. I even Sapphire Preferred, but I did vote for the Platinum card, which is surprising because it's me and I don't like the Platinum card. But the thing I do respect somewhat about the Platinum card is that it's unapologetically itself, which means maybe like 2 weeks ago when we had the Autograph Journey card came out, I made the quip of like, someone's going to compare it to the Platinum card, but the Autograph Journey isn't the Platinum card, and the Sapphire Reserve isn't the Platinum card, and the Adventure X isn't the Platinum card. The Platinum card is unapologetically over here doing its own thing, and just because I don't like it, it knows what it really is and what it's trying to do, if we really want to go far with this analogy here. And I feel like the Sapphire Reserve is just a confused card that raised the price 3 years ago, and it's never really been justified, honestly. So I did vote for the Platinum, but it kind of surprises me to see it go. I almost, again, it could be wishful thinking on my part, but I do wonder if the coupon simping is over and people are starting to rebel and get sick of the coupons, at least where Chase doesn't have a bunch of coupons to offer you, and it's a lot more straightforward. So that was probably the big surprise to me over there. But again, hey, that's why they play the game, as we say. So again, if you want to continue to play the game in the Elite 8, how do you do it? Well, we'll be right back here next Tuesday to go over the Elite 8 results and set up the Final 4. Getting very close. It goes by quickly. So, of course, if you are new here, we do this every Tuesday until we have a winner. We will have 2 Google Form links down below like we always do. One for the cashback region, one for the travel region. As we preview both of those matchups, those are the ones you'll have to vote for. But again, we'll put the bracket back on screen for you. Again, the Google form, it's free. It does not, we do not get your email, but it does, of course, ask you to sign in because it is limited to 1 vote per account, just so folks can't, stuff the ballot box. But again, if you look at the bracket, I'm looking forward to this. I don't give too much commentary on the way in. It's not to influence it, but again, we have representation from all the major players, and Capital One's still hanging in there as well, but Amex still hanging in there with a card. A lot of Chase representation, which I like to see, which makes it a really good, I like Chase's odds to at least make a run to the finals perhaps this year, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. So again, you'll have everything you need to do to vote down below. Again, I also vote, and again, I will tell you how I vote next week, but if you've been watching this long enough, you probably could guess how I would vote already, but hey, I might surprise you. I probably surprise you with that Amex Platinum vote. I would guess. That's why you gotta tune in. But anyways, guys, that has been the Sweet 16. Again, if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. So we're posting content just like this every single week. Of course, we're right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance, and every single day over on profitablecontent.com. That is the channel's blog. We not only have the latest news stories, we have bank promotions, and we have credit card offers, wouldn't you know. So if you want to support your favorite card and make money while doing it, well, definitely check out some of our credit card offers, always linked down below for you and on the channel homepage. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thanks so much for watching. I will see you very soon next week for the Final 4 matchups.